Alright everybody, this is Game 3, the final game of the Bronze/3rd place match, and it will be on Sandrim, the counter pick by Team Smelly Sandals. It will be between the blue team in the upper left, Overkill2142 and Stuart98, going Angel Neo this time, Team Council Haxxors.
Angel, an interesting decision on Sandrim. Their opponents on the bottom right in the green team, you have Smelly Sandals, the aforementioned, and you have Beppo, Striker. Mayor and Hawk have been doing the same composition and style of play for pretty much the whole tournament, so no surprises here. Getting right to business, trying to take top right and the bottom middle outpost. Whereas Stuart and Overkill are trying to get a little bit tricky, putting tanks on the wrong side of the barricade on the left-hand side, and then harassing.
And as you can see from the opening, this will be a dramatically different Sandrim game than the last one.
No attention given to mid whatsoever from either team.
So this is going to play out, I don't know if you can really think of it as a more typical Sandrim game, but, because, you know, what happened the last time is pretty normal too. Maybe not as hardcore as usual, but...
It looks like Stuart and Overkill are going to amass all of their units right here. They've been hoping that it wouldn't get scouted, but alas, they have been spotted.
Well, they definitely have not provided enough distract to hope that it didn't get scouted. I mean, you know, it's Sandrim. You fly around once. And they, hilariously enough, they put their units on the right side of the barrier, but in this time, they've been able to destroy the barrier.
Mayor 247 actually going down to that focus fire. Overkill cloaks away, doesn't really want to have anything to do with the encounter.
Trying to do what meager harass he can do with 2 creeps and his own mech, but Hawk sees this pretty much immediately. Stuart actually sniping down stuff at mid. Not sure if that's where they're going to plan on going next, but green team does scout that you know, that they have cleared that T99.
Just for the record, I would like to point out that Stuart successfully used his sniper rifle to kill a few units and got out alive.
It might have, you know, enough time has passed and it might already be opposite day, but that was pretty amazing. Okay, and Overkill flying over some hats.
Overkill just getting ripped down by that neutral hat.
Oh boy, the green team V-pathing into the tanks of blue team with all those rebels and Sams. They're going to win. They're going to definitely win this.
Sams versus tanks will tend to favor the Sams, and Stuart and Overkill still really don't have much area of effect damage at their disposal, so this green mob is just going to sweep right through into that blue outpost.
Very handily at that. I don't know if they're going to go with the T. You know what? If it were me, I'd just say, hey, let's see if I can go with the fort kill. But no, they decided to go for the outpost, and this is still very substantial in number, and they will be able to do this, I'm sure of it.
This composition is a perfect hard counter to the Angel that, you know, a sniper shot against any of these units is just wasted time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as we saw, the difference between Pro Saucer Death Ray and the Angel Sniper Rifle, you know, night and day, the way that you can use it. Situationally, you need to use that Sniper Rifle, you know, in a standoffish mid-fight type of thing, which none of the maps so far have really provided for any of the games. Yeah, I don't think any of the games had more of a, you know, more like the classic mid-fight. Did they?
Well, the finals game 1 had a classic mid-fight.
Sandrim mid-fight. It's not the same type of mid-fight.
Mid is not mid when it's Sandrim. Oh,
it's not the same
type
type of
racist
mid.
now.
No. The mid-fight is not a mid-fight when it's Sandrim. It's a drop battle basically.
Sure. Overkill and Stuart, now that their other army has been removed from reality, they are trying to build up a new force here at the top outpost. It will be interesting to see what they try to do with it. As soon as they move out, if they go top right, it'll get wiped out. If they try to push for fort, they may get some luck, but they will have the counter push of rebels straight into their fort.
Yeah, you know, number of choices with this current map configuration and Hawk killing Stuart98 before he can get back to his outpost. Number of choices that the blue team have with this you know, outpost ownership allocation, if you will. Very, very little. Anything that they do will probably get scouted very, very quickly due to the fact that Mauer and Hawk are, you know, flying around very well, scouting around, and just looking at the options that they have. They have enough time and power, you know, in income to just do whatever they want.
And they're really making a mistake here, Stuart and Overkill are, where they are unit capped at this point. They have a serious outpost disadvantage. If they don't move out with their units, they are going to lose, because just the maximum upkeep difference for Hawk and Mayor is 2 times what they could ever hope to build.
Massive, massive. So,
and just increased again to 3 times.
Yeah, after that mid-outpost grab by the green team. Overkill trying to cheese with Sam's, not going to get very far. Let's see. Taking a look at the fog of war. Yeah, the green team can see a ton of the map, whereas the blue team can see almost nothing.
So Overkill trying to pick off some of these rebels. Stuart dropping in with bombs. Bombs really not that effective against rebels either. Gemini, it seems to be what they're going to be leaning on. They're going for a mostly Gemini composition, hoping that this will stifle the rebels, not really realizing that rebels aren't the only thing they're building. They also have a lot of SAMs backing them up, which will be very cost effective versus those Gemini, especially when you have 118 upkeep to 40.
I didn't even look up until now, and you said it, and it was ridiculous. So, yeah, Stuart continually bombing with his mech against the rebels, as you said, very, very inefficient.
It makes them flinch, and that's about it. The bombs, you know, if they actually do hurt the rebels, they are not going to be cost efficient. Each set of bombs that he has to drop is going to be, what, 1,800? Something around there, 2,700, but the rebels themselves are 2,700. So if it takes more than 2 bombs to kill a rebel, you are not being cost efficient, and he's dumped 10 bombs into there and killed 2 rebels.
Yeah, bomb's a very, very sensitive unit when it comes to balance. Each change, just because bombs are used against every single unit in clumps, you know, each change in the what is currently meta, bombs have to be very, very carefully adjusted. Costs, damage, armor, all that, or not armor, sorry, piercing, all that stuff. And right now, they're just terrible, especially against rebels.
It is interesting to note that Stuart is periodically turning off his auto-deploy arm so that he can pull bombs directly out of his post rather than have them vulnerable outside.
Which is definitely much easier. Mauer just continually harassing. Okay, the green team just not deciding to push out yet, even though they have a 90 to 42 upkeep advantage. I guess they're waiting to max out just because
they own all the other posts. They're just filling it up with rebels.
Overkill switching out Gemini probably to make Goliaths, and Stuart tossing money away with those bombs. The rebels just continually getting healed up. Are they moving out now? Stuart did set those on something.
Stuart
I guess
going ahead and pushing on T with about half of their total force, so he's going to be outnumbered 3 or 4 to 1 here. I suppose maybe he could use his sniper rifle to try and even things out.
Oh,
these rebels are going to come out first.
He's not pushing in, but he put his units into the bottleneck rather than spreading them out behind it.
This is going to end poorly for the Council Haxxors.
Yeah, they did not Haxxor enough, I believe. They should have used their privilege to change the game. However, even if they wanted to, they couldn't because they haven't patched in like 3 months. So, that's going to happen. And domination is about to occur.
Stuart has definitely used his sniper rifle recently, so yep.
Yeah. So it's about time to die. Apparently. Overkill, okay, still, I guess, holding out hope for this game. Doing a quick scout around, blocking the map for the green team. Doesn't really matter, though. And they are about to...
Going to try to neutralize, just do anything to try and keep the domination damage from coming through, but he's not realizing that that damage is not coming from domination, it's coming from a half-dozen rebels that are sitting on the fort corner, cutting through his base like a hot knife through a well-marinated shoulder roast. Add on 20 more rebels on the right corner.
and that's about it. Yes, it is in these situations and in situations less than a quarter into the game that I would have favored a surrender button. But either way, it is Smelly Sandals taking the 3rd place victory, which is weird to say. Yeah. But good job, good performance by Stuart98 and Overkill2142. The Council Haxxors, this was a weird set, this entire set, which was very, very, very strange. Very, very, very strange, I think. So, okay, guys. It's hard for me to feel right now, but I feel like moving on, so that's what I'm going to do. Just don't go anywhere.